21. Solubility of Ag2CrO4 will be maximum in pure water because there is no common ion effect. But in AgNO3, the expression will be Ksp equals to 0.1 m square into S. In Na2CrO4, solubility expression will be H square into 0.1. Since Ksp will remain same, which is 9 into 10 to the power minus 12, here it is again 9 into 10 to the power minus 12. From the above two expression, we can say that solubility will be more in option 3 than option 2. So maximum solubility is in water, then after water Na2CrO4, and then after Na2CrO4 it is in AgNO3. That means correct option is option D, which is the answer.
Here we have to find it out the incorrect statements regarding the complex given above, right? In this, the IUPAC name, whatever that is written in the option A, that is written here, and it is wrong. It is wrong. It is wrong because here the alphabetical sequence is incorrect. Chloronitrogen, and here ethylene diamine, E comes first before nitrogen, before N. Because of that reason, this is incorrect. Option B, the cationic part of the complex, show linkage isomerism, and it is possible. NO2 is the ambidental ligand, and it can show over here NO2 or ONO type of linkage, and because of that reason, option B is correct here. And then option C, the cationic part cannot show geometrical isomerism. The cationic part cannot show geometrical isomerism, which is incorrect. Which is incorrect here. That is because it can show geometrical isomerism, and it can show several number of geometrical isomerism, and that can be explained in this way. That is just, I am taking only two, that is the CO. Here it is En, here it is En, and is NO2, and this is Cl. This is Cl, and this one, another one we can think of like this, that is the CO. Here it is like this, NO2, and this is Cl, that is En, and this is En, in this way. So it can have that so many others also, and in this way, and we can have the geometrical isomerism for this particular cationic part of this complex. Hence, cannot show geometrical isomerism. This statement is wrong. So that's why option C is incorrect. And option D, anionic part is an ambidental ligand here. Here the complex anionic part is the HCl minus. This one is not at all acting as a ligand for this particular central atom. It is the anionic part. There is no concept of ligand from the anionic part. That's why this statement is also incorrect. So it is also incorrect. So the answer finally it is the A, C and D. These are the answer. Question number 23. The answer is ACD here, and it is by information. Question number 24. In Hall-Herold process, the pure Al2,3 is not used as electrolyte because of its high melting point, which is given in the option A. The power consumption is very high because of its high melting point. Hence, this is the correct option. And next, the option B. It is also a correct option. Aluminium obtained at this particular temperature gets volatilized and the loss is very high. And means, if we are still continuing for the use of the Al2,3 as the electrolyte, under this circumstance, whatever the aluminum will be obtained, and that will be getting volatilized because its boiling point of Al2O3 is only 627 degrees centigrade. So because of that reason, it will be volatilized lot, and by which it will be the loss, it will be incurring the loss huge. That's why it is also a correct option. The solubility of Al2O3 in water is very poor. Statement itself is correct, but there is no relation between the solubility of Al2O3 with the use of Al2O3 as electrolyte. Hence, it is the incorrect option. C is the incorrect option. And the D, aluminium being lighter than Al2O3 floats on the top surface and gets easily attacked by the liberated oxygen at the anode. In this case, at the anode, oxygen comes out, and because it is aluminium is lighter compared to the electrolyte used, and that's why it will be getting easily attacked by the oxygen atom, and then it will be getting corroded. And finally, the answer D is also a correct option. And these are the three reasons A, B and D by which Al2O3 cannot be used as electrolyte for its extraction. Hence the answer it is A, B and D.
2. Question number 25. Which reactions results the pair of diastereomers? Reactant given CH3CHO acetaldehyde. It is treated with dilute NaOH, which is called aldol condensations, and it is given crotonaldehyde. And as this double bond showing cis-trans isomerism, cis-trans products are related as diastereomers. So yes, this is correct answer. Second point, one acid is treated with one alcohol, two alcohols. Acid orientation is given, configuration is given, R configurations, and it is treated with plus minus. Plus minus means it is a mixture of R alcohol and S alcohol. So it's a esterifications, and the product is RR ester and RS ester, which is also related as diastereomers. Third one aldehyde having a fixed chiral center, configuration given it is R, treated with HCN, cyanohydrine form. Cyanohydrine, in that carbon new chiral center develop, which can be R, which can be S, but already this compound having one fixed configuration R. So again two products, one is RR, another is SR form, which are again related as diastereomers. Option D. It's a butene. 2-butene reacts with HBr peroxide. Symmetrical alkene, one carbon attached with H, one carbon attached with Br, and this compound having being chiral center, it is actually two products obtained which are related as enantiomers. So answer is A, B and C.